Lesson 411, final review of multiplying decimals. In this lesson, we're not going to introduce any new concepts. We're going to practice what we have already learned with multiplying decimals. We'll do the odds from the section at the top and then see where we're at with the word problems at the bottom. Let's get started. 72 multiplied by 1700ths. So count how many places we need to push the decimal point to clear it out. Whoop, whoop. If you said 2, you're right on. Then we will multiply these two numbers as if there is no decimal point, as if it is 72 times 17. First row, 7 times 2 is 14. 4 comes down, 1 gets carried. 7 times 7 is 49 plus the 1 is 50. First row is complete. We'll put our 0 placeholder down. Second row, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 7 is 7. Add up our columns. 4 and 0 is 4. 0 and 2 is 2. 5 and 7 is 12. And then come in 2 places from the end. Pew, pew. Get our final answer of 12 and 24 hundredths. Skipping ahead to number 3. How many places do we need to push decimal points to clear them out? Whoop, whoop. 2 pushes will do the trick. We'll solve this as if it's 41 multiplied by 87. First row, 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. First row is complete. Second row, we'll put our 0 placeholder down. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Add up our columns. 7 and 0 is 7. 8 plus 8 is 16. 6 comes down, 1 gets carried. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 3 comes down. And we're coming in 2 places from the end. Pew, pew. 35 and 67 hundredths is our answer. Number 5. How many places do we need to push decimal points out altogether? Whoop, whoop, whoop. 3 pushes will allow us to rewrite the problem and solve it as if it's 51 multiplied by 42. First row, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Second row, 0 placeholder comes down. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Add up our columns. 2 and 0 is 2. 0 and 4 is 4. 1 and 0 is 1. 2 comes down. And then we're going to come in 3 places from the end. Pew, pew, pew. 2 and 142 thousandths is our answer. Number 7. 33 multiplied by 41 hundredths. How many places do we need to push the decimal point to clear it out? Whoop, whoop. 2 pushes will do the trick. First row, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 3 again is 3. Second row, 0 placeholder comes down. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 comes down, 1 gets carried. 4 times 3 is 12 plus the 1 is 13. 3 and 0 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 comes down, 1 comes down. And then remember to come back in 2 places from the end. Pew, pew, to reinsert our decimal point. Final answer, 13 and 53 hundredths. Okay, we're doing great on time. We're just flying through those. So I would like to go through each of these 4 word problems. We got this. Alina is buying 10 movie tickets for a birthday party. Well, clearly, Alina is not living through a pandemic where all the movie theaters are closed. Will be fun to get back in the theater one day, won't it? If the tickets cost $8.05 each, what is the total cost? All right. So let's think about how to represent this as a multiplication statement. We're looking at $8.05 multiplied by 10. Can you do this as mental math? Well, we know that $8.05 multiplied by 1 is $8.05. What happens to the decimal point if we multiply that decimal by 10? It's going to shift one place value. Is it going to shift one place value to the left or to the right? Well, think about it. Is the price of 10 tickets going to be greater or less than the price of one ticket? Of course, it's going to be greater. So which direction do I shift the decimal point to show that I'm going to end up with a value that's greater? If you said shift the decimal point to the right, you're correct. As a decimal, this reads 80 and 5/10. As a money amount, $80.50 is our answer. Now, if that didn't work for you, fear not. You could still prove this thing the normal way. And I want to just make sure you know that. I'll push this out 2 places. Or whoop, whoop. I'll multiply this out as if it's 805 times 10. First row is going to be all zeros. 0 times 5, 0 times 0, 0 times 8. Put my 0 placeholder down for my second row. And then 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 8 is 8. Add up my columns. Come in 2 places. Pew, pew. And there you have it. It still checks out as $80.50. Moving on, number 10. The movie is 1 6/10 hours long. If the group goes through 3 bags of popcorn in an hour, how many bags of popcorn will the group go through for the whole movie? Okay, so 3 bags are eaten in an hour. The movie is more than an hour long. So we're going to take 3 and multiply it by 1 6/10. How many places do we need to push the decimal point to clear it out? Whoop, 1 push. Let's compute 16 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18. The 8 comes down, 1 gets carried. 3 times 1 is 3, plus the 1 is 4. Come in 1 place. Pew! And it looks like they're going through 4 8/10 bags. Each bag of popcorn costs $5.15. How much total will Alina spend on popcorn? Remember that she cannot buy partial bags of popcorn. This is an important clue. She cannot buy partial bags of popcorn. So even though they are going through 4 8/10 bags, she can't go up to the concession stand and say, excuse me, sir, I'd like to buy 4 8/10 bags of popcorn. No. So how many is she going to have to buy? Knowing that there might be a little bit left over, she's going to have to round this. If you said round it up to 5, you're correct. So each bag costs $5.15. She's going to need 5 bags. So let's set it up. $5.15 multiplied by 5. 2 pushes, whoop, whoop, to clear out the decimal point. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 comes down, 2 gets carried. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 2 is 7. 5 times 5 is 25. Come in 2 places, pew, pew. $25.75 is the amount spent on popcorn. And finally, number 12, Alina also buys drinks. She bought 67 and 6/10 ounces of lemonade. Only 8/10 of what she bought was consumed. How many ounces of lemonade were consumed? All right. If everything was consumed, they would have drank the whole 67 and 6/10 ounces. They finished 8/10 of this amount. So we're going to multiply 67 and 6/10 by 8/10. How many pushes to clear the decimal point out? Whoop, whoop. 2 pushes allows us to solve this as if it's 676 multiplied by 8. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 comes down, 4 gets carried. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 0 comes down, 6 gets carried. 8 times 6 is 48, plus the 6 is 54. Come in 2 places. Pew, pew. 54 and 8/100 ounces were consumed. Nice party.